For most job seekers, a good resume is what stands between a dream job and choice. Get your resume right, and you'll be getting replies from every other company you apply to. If your resume game is weak, though, you'll end up sitting around for weeks, maybe even months, before you even get a single response. So you are probably wondering how you can write a resume that leads to HR managers inviting you to interviews daily. Well, you have come to the right place. In this video, we are going to teach you everything you need to know about how to make a resume. Before we go into detail about how you should make a resume, please watch the complete video for better results. Also requesting you please like the video so that it will reach more people. Please subscribe our channel for more videos related to career development. Here's a summary of the most important steps and tips to keep in mind. 1. Pick the right resume format and layout. 2. Mention your personal details and contact information. 3. Use a resume summary or objective. 4. List your work experience and achievements. 5. Mention your top soft and hard skills. 6. Include additional resume sections, languages, hobbies, etc. 7. Tailor your information for the job ad. 8. Craft a convincing cover letter. 9. Proofread your resume and cover letter. Step 1. Pick the right resume format. Before you start filling in your resume, you have got to make sure it will look good. After all, recruiters first notice how your resume looks, rather than what it contains. So, this is your best chance to make a great first impression. This includes picking the right resume format and doing the layout. Step 2. Add your contact information. Now that we have got all the formatting out of the way, let's talk about what's really important, your resume content. The first thing you want to do when filling out the contents of your resume is to add your contact information. This is a straightforward, yet critical section. Even if you get everything else right, you're not going to go far if the HR manager can't get in touch with you because you misspelled your email, right? So, double check, and even triple check your contact information section and make sure everything is correct and up to date. Step 3. Write a resume headline, summary or objective. It's no secret that recruiters spend less than 10 seconds on a resume on average. When you receive hundreds, if not thousands, of applications daily, it's physically impossible to spend too much time on each. So, in order for the hiring manager to go through the resumes effectively, without spending an entire day, they scan through the resume real quick, and if it catches their interest, they get into it in more detail. And the first thing that the hiring manager looks at is the resume headline. Depending on your professional standing, a resume headline can be either a resume summary or a resume objective. Both are placed at the top of your resume, right below or next to the contact information section. Step 4. Prioritize your work experience. The most important part of your resume is your work experience. This is where you really get to sell yourself, displaying your past accomplishments and responsibilities. If you manage to master this section alone, you'll know 80% plus of all there is to know about how to make a resume. There are plenty of best practices for writing your work experience. Before we dive into all the nits and grits, though, let's start with the basics. Step 5. List your education. The next section we are going to cover is your education. Let's start with the basics, how to format the education section and what to mention there. Then, we'll move on to tips and tricks that'll help you stand out. If you don't have any work experience, mention your education section first. Mention your latest educational entry on top. If you have a university degree, don't mention your high school at all. Only mention GPA if you had a very impressive academic career. Step 6. Emphasize your know-how with the skills section. Another must-have section in your resume is the skills section. Here, you want to mention all your know-how that makes you the perfect candidate for the job. There are two types of skills you can include when writing your resume. Hard skills, measurable abilities. This can be anything from coding in Python to knowing how to cook Thai cuisine. Soft skills, personal skills. These are a mix of social skills, communication skills, personal traits, career attributes, and so on. Leadership, critical thinking, time management, and organization, just to name a few. A good resume should cover both. Step 7. Include other important resume sections. The sections we've covered so far are must-haves for any resume. They're the bread and butter for any job application, and if you get them right, you'll land any job you apply to. The following optional sections, though, can also give your resume a boost. Languages. Are you bilingual? Or better, multilingual? You should always mention that on your resume. Even if the position doesn't require you to know the specific language, it can still come in handy at some point. At the end of the day, it's always better to know more languages than less. To list languages in your resume, simply write them down and assign them the appropriate level. 1. Native. 2. Fluent. 3. Proficient, enough knowledge to pass by in a professional environment. 4. Intermediate. 5. Basic. As given, you should never lie about your language skills. You never know, your interviewer might turn out to be fluent in the language, or even be a native speaker. Hobbies and interests. Want to add some spice to your resume? The hobbies and interests section, while not a game changer, can help show who you are as an individual. Who knows, maybe you and your interviewee have some hobbies in common. If you end up with some extra space in your resume, don't hesitate to show off your personality with a hobbies, interests section. Volunteering experience. If you're the type of person who uses your free time helping others, while expecting nothing in return, chances are that you're the type of employee who's in it for more than just the money. It leaves the impression that you are a devoted, loyal employee. Several studies show that you can boost your chances of getting hired simply by listing your volunteering experience. This holds especially true if you are a student with next to no work experience. Certifications and awards. Do you have any awards that make you stand out in your field? How about certifications from industry experts? Whichever the case is, as long as it's relevant for the position you are applying for, feel free to add it to your resume. Let's say, for example, you are a Microsoft Cloud engineer. Assuming you specialize in Microsoft technologies, you definitely want to include all essential certifications, such as the Azure Solutions Architect Expert 1. Publications. Are you a freelance writer? Maybe a distinguished academic. If you have any published works, online, or in an academic journal, you might want to include them in your resume. Make sure to include a URL, so the HR manager knows where to check your work. Projects. Working on side projects can really show off your passion for your field. Whether they're university class projects or part-time entrepreneurial endeavors, they're both equally relevant. Let's say, for example, you worked on a mock software product as part of a competition in university. You went through every step of product creation, from ideation to creating a marketing strategy. You can mention the project in your resume and stand a better chance at landing that business internship. Or on the other hand, Maybe you manage an Etsy store, selling handmade arts and crafts to customers online. Mention all of it. Hiring managers love employees who do cool work in their free time. In the next video, we will discuss who to write covering letter. If you completed all the above steps, then write the declaration at the end. Congratulations, your professional resume is ready. Thank you very much for watching the complete video. All the best for your career. Team DTV.